And it came to be, when sovereign Hizkiyahu heard it, that he tore his garments and covered himself with sackcloth and went into the house of Yahuwah and sent Eliakim, who was over the household, and Shebna the scribe, and the elders of the priests, covering themselves with sackcloth, to Yeshayahu the prophet, son of Amoz. And they said to him, Thus said Hizkiyahu, This day is a day of distress and rebuke and scorn, for the children have come to birth, but there is no power to bring forth. It could be that Yahuwah your Elohim does hear all the words of the Rabshakeh, whom his master, the sovereign of Asher, has sent to reproach the living Elohim, and shall rebuke the words which Yahuwah your Elohim has heard. Therefore, lift up your prayer for the remnant that is left. And the servants of sovereign Hizkiyahu came to Yeshayahu, and Yeshayahu said to them, Say this to your master. Thus said Yahuwah, Do not be afraid of the words which you have heard, with which the servants of the sovereign of Asher have reviled me. See, I am putting a spirit upon him, and he shall hear a report and return to his own land, and I shall cause him to fall by the sword in his land. And the Rabshakeh returned and found the sovereign of Asher fighting against Libnah, for he had heard that he had left Lachish. And when the sovereign heard concerning Tirhakah, sovereign of Cush, See, he has come out to fight against you, he again sent messengers to Hizkiyahu, saying, Speak to Hizkiyahu, sovereign of Yehudah, saying, Do not let your Elohim in whom you trust deceive you, saying, Yerushalayim is not given into the hand of the sovereign of Asher. See, you have heard what the sovereigns of Asher have done to all lands by putting them under the ban. And are you going to be delivered? Have the mighty ones of the nations delivered those whom my fathers have destroyed? Gozan, and Haran, and Retzeph, and the sons of Eden, who were in Telassar. Where is the sovereign of Hamath, and the sovereign of Arpad, and the sovereign of the city of Sepharwaim, Henna, and Iwa? And Hizkiyahu received the letters from the hand of the messengers, and read them, and went up to the house of Yahuwah. And Hizkiyahu spread it before Yahuwah. And Hizkiyahu prayed before Yahuwah, and said, O Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael, the one who dwells between the cherubim, you are Elohim, you alone, of all the reigns of the earth. You have made the heavens and earth. Incline your ear, O Yahuwah, and hear. Open your eyes, O Yahuwah, and see, and hear the words of Sanherib, which he has sent to reproach the living Elohim. Truly, Yahuwah, the sovereigns of Asher have laid waste the nations and their lands, and have put their mighty ones into the fire. For they were not mighty ones, but the work of men's hands, wood and stone, and destroyed them. And now, O Yahuwah, our Elohim, I pray, save us from his hand, so that all the reigns of the earth know that you are Yahuwah Elohim, you alone. Then Yeshayahu, son of Amoz, sent to Hizkiyahu, saying, Thus said Yahuwah Elohim of Yisrael, I have heard that which you have prayed to me against Sanherib, sovereign of Asher. This is the word which Yahuwah has spoken concerning him. The maiden, the daughter of Tzion, has despised you, mocked you. The daughter of Yerushalayim has shaken her head behind you. Whom have you reproached and reviled? Against whom have you raised a voice and lifted up your eyes on high? Against the set-apart one of Yisrael. By the hand of your messengers you have reproached Yahuwah, and said, With my many chariots, I have come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and I cut down its tall cedars, its choice cypress trees, and I enter its remotest parts, its thickest forest. I have dug and drunk strange water, and with the soles of my feet I dry up all the streams of defense. Have you not heard long ago I made it? From days of old I formed it. Now I have brought it to be, that you should make walled cities ruinous heaps, and their inhabitants were powerless. They were overthrown and put to shame. They were as the grass of the field and the green plants, as the grass on the housetops, and withered before it came up. But I know you're sitting down, and you're going out, and you're coming in, and your rage against me. Because your rage against me and your pride have come up to my ears, I shall put my hook in your nose and my bridle in your lips, and I shall turn you back by the way which you came. And this is the sign for you. This year you eat what grows of itself, and in the second year what springs from that. And in the third year sow and reap and plant vineyards, and eat their fruit. And the remnant who have escaped of the house of Yehuda shall again take root downward, and be fruitful. For out of Jerusalem comes forth a remnant, and those who escape from Mount Sion, the ardour of Yahuwah, does this. Therefore thus said Yahuwah concerning the sovereign of Asher, he does not come into this city, nor does he shoot an arrow there, nor does he come before it with shield, nor does he build a siege mound against it. By the way that he came, by the same he turns back, and he does not come into this city, declares Yahuwah. And I shall defend this city, to save it for my own sake, and for the sake of Dawid my servant. And it came to be in that night that the messenger of Yahuwah went out and struck in the camp of Asher 185,000. And they rose up early in the morning and saw all of them dead bodies. And Sanherib, sovereign of Asher, broke camp and went away and turned back and remained in Nineveh. And it came to be, as he was bowing himself in the house of Nisroch his mighty one, that his sons Adramelech and Sharezer struck him with the sword, and they escaped into the land of Ararat. And his son Esarhaddon reigned in his place.